Desmond from the Dharshan Diaries, and today we are going to be doing episode 2 of the Dharshan Diaries. Now, first of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has seen the last episode, episode 1, which is why we're back for episode 2. So be sure to watch it if you haven't seen it yet. It's going to be in the link in the description. So for episode 2 today, we are going to be we are actually at Kids Performing, and we are going to be interviewing Desmond Sim. Now, Desmond Sim is actually my teacher here at Kids Performing, who teaches me acting, and he also teaches literary arts, but I'm not in that class. He also does painting, he's written screenplays, and he has also done poetry, and he's also done movies with the screenplays. So, right now, we're going to go into the interview. I'm going to ask him a bit more questions about his career and stuff like that. So, I hope you guys do enjoy today's video. And yeah, let's head into it. Okay, so I am right now here with Desmond Sim. Hope you guys don't mind if I call him Teacher Desmond. Okay. So, hi, Teacher Desmond.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview.
My pleasure. Really.
Okay, so the first question is, have you always had this desire for being creative, writing, and all of this, from a very young age?
Yeah, I think it started with my mom. My mom was an English teacher, and she loved just putting me in front of my aunts and saying "Hey Desmond, you wrote a new poem. Why don't you recite it to Auntie Jessie?" And then I'll be stuck there and I'll be really nervous. But then I wrote it, so I'll remember the poems and then I'll just read them aloud. And of course, my aunties were all very supportive. They're like, "Oh, so clever little boy," So I was like, maybe I was about your age when I started writing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So since I'm still young and I do want to become an actor when I grow up, I have many inspirations like Zac Efron and even some singers like Shawn Mendes. So when you were my age, did you also have inspirations? Who were your inspirations?
Yeah, my inspirations were much more local. I don't think they were pop culture icons. My English teacher, for example, in Sec 3, he really groomed me in literature and in English. And he had a wonderful vocabulary and he spoke beautifully. And I always thought, well, one day when I grow up, I would just want to be Mr. Peter Tan. That's my teacher. And later on, I had Mr. Don Whitby, who also taught me literature in Peru. And, his knowledge of literature was amazing. And I along the way, I was very, very lucky. I actually met a lot of teachers who were very inspirational to me. Yeah.
Interesting. Can you help us understand the creative process that you go through when writing your plays?
Okay. It's funny. The different plays have different beginnings. For example, there are some plays that I write as a tribute, to my grandmother and my father who passed away. And there's not really much process because I lived with these people and I just know exactly what were their values, and I just tap into my memories of them, and the stories come out. But for some other plays, I need to collect bits of information, like little bits of conversation I overhear on the bus or in the MRT, or even having lunch, and then people will quarrel or squabble or fight, and then I will listen to them and what started this quarrel, for example. So and then I would talk to friends about things I've heard or seen, and they'd give me what they think about it. So I would put all these discussions into the pieces that I actually write.
Wow, that's very cool. Okay, so you are a painter, a screenwriter, a playwright. So out of all of this, right, which is your favorite?
Oh, it's very hard to say. You know why? Because I do a lot of writing. And after a while, the words just keep buzzing in my head, and I'm too wrapped up in the words. And once in a while, you just want to run away from all of those words. And then I find painting very relaxing. So, it deals with colors and shapes and forms that have nothing to do with words. So I run away, and then I paint, and then I feel very, very happy. Then after you paint for a while, and you're crouched over for hours and hours, and you feel very tired, and say, oh, I think I need to start writing again. So it's like running back and forth to recharge myself.
Okay, so another question I'd like to ask is, can you tell us a little bit more about your paintings?
It's a funny story how I started painting. I was a young student and I went to the art gallery and I looked around and there were many nice paintings and they were very expensive. and I couldn't afford them as a student, right? So basically, I said, well, I can do that, and I started painting just to hang on my walls. And and at that time, I was doing my master's degree, and I kept painting to run away from writing the thesis, which is 60,000 words. And as I put up the paintings in my room, in my home, friends came and they went like, "Oh, can I buy that? It's so pretty." And I'm like, and I was painting scenes that were familiar to me because my mom's Nyonya, and I always loved the way the Nyonyas look in the beautiful kebaya and the sarongs. And so I started painting them, and people started liking them. So they were buying them off my walls. So after a while, I realized I might as well have an exhibition, right? And then like everybody goes there and enjoys it together. Because when people take the pieces off one by one, a lot of my friends don't get to see it.
Yeah. That's quite cool. So those of you who want to paint, hang them up on your wall. Okay. So I have to believe that you have written over 30 plays. So out of all of them, which one was your most favorite? Which one was your favorite?
It's so hard. It's like asking a mother which is your favorite child, right? When you have quite a few children.
Yeah.
I think two that I'm really, really proud of would be the two tributes I wrote. I wrote an entire monologue, 1.5 hours, for my father who passed away, and one also for my grandmother. And for each of them, I kind of missed them. So in a way, I captured them in the words of the characters, and I suddenly realized that whenever I watch those plays, they are right beside me again. So I it's my way of remembering them fondly. Yeah.
That's really heartwarming.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, was that your most favorite? Was that your most favorite play to create?
Yeah, well, to date, that's the funny thing. These two are my most favorite, which I loved. But then the directors in the theatre, they like this piece called Swimming Instructor, which is kind of like a love story set in a swimming pool, and it's been run more times than the other two pieces, which I feel very close. But it doesn't mean that I love that play any less, because obviously people like that play. That's why they keep producing it. So sometimes what you intend and sometimes what other people intend may not be the same thing.
If you had to do things differently with your career, what would you do?
Oh gosh. I like going to banking and retire earlier. I heard that they pay people very well there. But no, I don't think I would change anything. I think this journey has been really exciting so far. My first job was in food. I was a manager for the airport, catering services. So 15,000 meals a day was really exciting every day. And then I went into running my own business, and then I went into 15 years of teaching. So I don't think I would have given up anything, because all these little pieces add up to the person that I am today.
That's I think very inspirational for our viewers here. So now I'm sure at this point in the whole video, our viewers are very interested in finding out. Do you have any upcoming plays, upcoming movies, or do you plan to have any?
Well, I usually have one or two plays in the back burner that I am writing. One is a comedy based on my Peranakan culture, which my mom is Nonya. And then, so the comedy is like, a haha thing where I guess, the mother in the story suddenly is confronted with, the son's intended fiance, and she doesn't really quite like that she has her own hang-ups, right?
Yeah.
So, and she has to deal with it, which is fun. And then the other piece is a more serious piece, a contemplation of life and the things we sometimes do wrong in our lives and we can't forgive ourselves for. So that's very, very deep and adult. Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time for the signature question. Okay, so for a lot of our viewers here, I'm sure they are all my age or maybe slightly younger, slightly older. But I'm sure that some of them love to write. So what advice would you give to your 12-year-old self or to these kids watching?
Gosh, wow, 12-year-old self is very long ago for me. Okay, the advice I would give is just learn from the best, read as many plays as you can, and don't just keep reading and talking about it. Sit down and keep writing. Keep pursuing it and getting your friends to read your scripts, and performing it, and have fun. The best thing is to have fun, because if you really enjoy doing something, you'll do more of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so just have fun writing and keep writing. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for this interview, Teacher Desmond.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
our viewers did enjoy this.
Okay. Good luck with your series.
Thank you. So there you guys have it, the interview. So if you guys do want to become a playwright, just keep reading books, keep writing down plays and stories, and also keep studying, reading scripts, and watching plays. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, please do smash that like button. And also, if you guys do enjoy what you see on this channel, make sure to please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will get notified when we upload new videos. Well, that's it for now. This is Dharshan from Dharshan Diaries, signing off. Hasta la vista.